Hello. Well, the time's getting hard for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Harmontown is now in session! Welcome, one and all. Thank you so much for coming down here to Nerd Mouth Theater in Hollywood, California. And thank you to all you beautiful weirdos listening on the podcast universe. Please join me in welcoming the mayor of Harmontown, Mr. Dan Harmon.
Thank you. Tonight I'd like to complain a lot. Just in one of those moods, I have a lot of things I'd like to complain about. And they're actually, I've categorized them all. I've specifically, because complaining isn't charismatic, ever. You could complain even if you had one leg. And if you complained about it too much, people secretly behind your back would be like, we won't shut the fuck up about... It's like, just fucking own it, man. But the guy with one leg that comes in and goes like, hey, let's hop to it. And everyone's like, Leonard owns it. He loves it. You know, we don't like... Complaining primatologically is not an attractive feature. It doesn't... strangely enough, it seems to have been selected very highly in our species, because we all complain a lot. But it doesn't seem to turn anybody on. Audiences don't like it. And especially in my situation, I find I have a lot of things to complain about. So I want to start a new feature, a new Harmontown feature, because people in podcasts, they like little categories and features.
Yeah, little desk bits.
So I thought in the green room, we call this feature things I'm afraid to complain about because it'll make me sound like an asshole.
Things Dan's afraid to complain about. Things Dan's afraid to complain. Where's the music?
Yeah. I mean, here's a classic example, just to start you off. What do you mean, Dan? What kind of complaint could make you sound like an asshole? Doesn't every complaint make you sound like an asshole? No, I complain about lots of stuff all the time. This show's very hard to do, by the way. It's hard to come down here. You think you're a small audience? I have a small heart. But here's a real humdinger. I'm gonna lead big.
Things Dan's afraid about. Number one.
Yeah. My gardener is doing something wrong. I'm not finished. I can't put my finger on it, but my decorator agrees. He backed me up on it. He was leaving. My decorator looked at my front lawn and said, "Your gardener's doing something wrong." And I agree. I said, "Kurt, you're right."
Is your decorator Greek?
He's
or gay.
Did I make him?
You made him
gay.
You did a gay character.
Yeah, I did. Well, he is a gay character. I don't think he would deny that. He's a decorator. If he's straight, he's required to act gay if he wants business. Like he buys pillows for a living. He knows where his bread's buttered.
Do you think that's a possibility that he's faking?
I think the pressures are on. I could imagine for real, like even though that seems like sitcom kind of fodder. Truthfully, if you were in the decorating business, I could picture the pressure being on you. The feeling of disappointment from the rich people that answer the front door, and you're like, "Hey, Carl."
I had to drop my wife off.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh. I don't know. I think there's probably pressure on him. He could be straight as an arrow. That doesn't matter though. I have no complaints about that. I have a complaint about the fact that the person whose job it is to water and I'm not even sure what his job is, but he's doing something wrong. The plants feel lifeless, and I'm not allowed to complain about that for obvious reasons. You guys don't have gardeners.
No,
your buildings have gardeners. My building had a gardener ever since, maybe my first, but then when you own a home, you have a gardener.
If you're going to commit to the archetype of rich guy complaining about gardeners,
I won't backpedal.
I would say commit.
Yeah, I'm committed. I'm committed to it. I'm bringing out the worst. These are the worst things. I don't want you liking me after this feature's done. If you did going in, I want you to go, Jesus Christ, what gardener, decorator? Go fuck yourself. Complaining about it. Fuck you. That's what I'm getting off of my chest.
So the plants
I don't.
The plants feel lifeless outside.
Yeah, I don't know. Something's going wrong out there. And really, if the decorator hadn't said anything, I don't think I would have noticed.
He's gay, all right.